students. Our next example, solid solution. This is also the type of solution in which solute and solvent both are present in the solution. You know that solute and solvent should be present in the solution. Here solute, when solute acts as gas and solvent acts as solid, then the solid solution is formed. It means always for the solid solution, the state of solvent should be solid. When gas present in solid, this is formed solid solution. Here the example of solid solution is hydrogen gas in palladium or hydrogen gas in platinum. This example or this process you will be see in the electrochemistry when you form the standard hydrogen electrode. This process you will be see in the electrochemistry. Hydrogen gas adsorbed on the palladium and at last the solution which is formed will be solid solution, or hydrogen gas absorbed by the platinum. This is the next example of solid solution. Our next example is when liquid acts as solute, is present in solid solvent. Amalgam. Amalgam is the example of liquid and solid solution. It means you know that mercury is found in liquid state. Mercury is found in liquid state at normal temperature. When mercury is present in sodium, then it forms sodium amalgam, and at last you will find that the state of solution will be solid. And the next example of liquid solid solution is when zinc solution present in mercury, you will find that the solution will be solid. And next example is when solid is the solute and solid is the solvent. Alloys are the example of this. Alloys, you know that different types of alloys are present. Brass is formed by the copper and zinc. You know that copper and zinc both are solid at normal temperature. But when copper and zinc melt at their melting point, and when you dissolve this copper and zinc in the melting stage, then after cooling you will find the solid solution, brass, which is the mixture of copper and zinc. And next is German silver, which is a mixture of copper, zinc and nickel. This is the next example of solid solution. Okay, these are the types of solutions in which the solvent acts as solid and the solvent acts as liquid and the solvent acts as gaseous. Okay, your next topic is solubility of the solute. Solubility of solute in water or in any solvent. The solubility of solute depends on the interaction energy of solvent and solute. Suppose that here you are saying that solute present in solvent. The solute may be completely soluble or solute may be partially soluble or solute not soluble in solvent. But this solubility of solute depends on the interaction energy which is present between the solute molecules and present between the solvent molecules. Okay, this is the example. Suppose that it be taken a chamber in which in this chamber solute A is taken, or the molecules of solute A is taken in this chamber, where the interaction energy between the solute is EA. Between the solute molecules, the interaction energy, the solute molecules is EA, and the interaction energy in the solvent molecule is B. This is the solvent chamber with our solvent, and the interaction energy between the solvent molecule is EB. When solute and solvent mix together, then you will see that solute completely dissolve in solvent. And the next interaction energy which is present between solute and solvent will be EAB, where E is the energy of solute molecules. EA energy is the solute molecules, and EB is the energy of solvent molecules. And after the dissolution, after the dissolving solute and solvent, you will find that the interaction energy between the molecules will be EAB, where E is the energy of interaction between A and B molecules. If EAB interaction is greater than the interaction of AA and BB, then the factor EAB minus EAA plus EBB, it means solubility is greater. Okay, listen again. यहाँ आप देख रहे हैं कि एक हमारा ये सॉल्यूशन सोल्यूट का एक चैम्बर है, एक बेसिन है जिसमें हमने सोल्यूट ए को लिया है और उस सोल्यूट ए के अंदर जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी है वो कितनी है, EA। मींस जितने भी मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं हमारे सोल्यूट के, उनके मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी है वो क्या है, EA। और ये देख रहे हैं आप जो है ये सॉल्वेंट का कंटेनर है, सॉल्वेंट के फॉर्म में आपने बी लिया है और बी की जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी है वो कितनी है, EB। इट मींस सॉल्वेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी है वो EB है और सोल्यूट मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी है वो EA। अब आपने सोल्यूट को किस में डाल दिया, सॉल्वेंट में डाल दिया, या सॉल्वेंट को डाल के सोल्यूट में डाल दिया। अब ये सोल्यूट डिसोल्यूशन प्रोसेस में आएगा, सोल्यूट डिसॉल्व होगा, कंप्लीटली डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा, और कंप्लीटली अगर डिसॉल्व हो रहा है इट मींस द इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी, क्योंकि सोल्यूट जब सॉल्वेंट में डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा तो A और B के बीच एक नया इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी फॉर्म होगा। वो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी क्या है, EAB। A क्या था, सोल्यूट, B क्या था, सॉल्वेंट, और A और B के बीच जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी बन जाएगा सोल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट के बीच वो क्या बन जाएगा, EAB। अगर हमारा सोल्यूट कंप्लीटली डिसॉल्व हो रहा है, सोल्यूट कंप्लीटली डिसॉल्व हो रहा है सॉल्वेंट में, तो जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी, नई इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी फॉर्म हो रही है वो EAB के फॉर्म में फॉर्म हो रही है। और ये इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी, इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट, अगर ये इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी ग्रेटर है, ज्यादा बन रही है, सोल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट के मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच जो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी थी उससे ज्यादा बन रही है, तो ये सोल्यूट इस सॉल्वेंट में कंप्लीटली डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा और एक नई इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी को फॉर्म करेगा, वो कहलाएगा EAB। EAB interaction is greater if EAB interaction is greater than the interaction of AA, solute molecules के बीच जो interaction, and interaction of BB, then the factor EAB which is greater than the sum of the EA and EBB, then the solubility will be greater. It means our solute completely dissolved, not partially soluble, not soluble, but completely soluble in the solvent. Okay? तो ये वो आपके लिए कि कैसे हमारा जो है solute कब जो है completely soluble होगा, partially soluble होगा और not soluble होगा. Okay?